Welcome everyone to Hammered and Cheese, where we're probably going to get hammered. There is definitely, I'm not sure today. We are doing ribs. There may not be cheese. Who knows? I am one of your hosts, Dino the Genetic Marvel. We are waiting on Cole. He is late. I told him to stop masturbating and come to the show. Our guest for tonight is actually Alex King. Welcome, Alex. It's nice to meet you.
Hey, what's going on? Nice to meet you guys.
All right. So we are, as I said, Cole is running a little bit late. So we are just going to chit chat before. He did send me a video. So I'll play that. It's about 29 minutes. It's pretty good. It's going to mute us when the video comes up. So bear with me here. And this is the sauce that he's been working on for these ribs. So I'm going to play that right now so everyone can see.
So we got our homemade barbecue sauce going. Kind of slow cooked it all night. It's been like 20 hours, maybe like 16, somewhere around there. Probably closer to 18, I'd say. But yeah, that's for the ribs.
Jesus, that looks good. I don't know.
Yeah.
Now, I'll be honest with you, Alex. You look like a guy who is in shape, and as we saw from your headshot, you seem a little bit too gorgeous. Makes me very uncomfortable. How are you with food? Do you enjoy food? Ever been a waiter? Worked in a restaurant? Give me some history.
No, I've never worked in a restaurant. I've never been in the food industry. Obviously, yeah, I like food. I like food from like when I was a kid.
Yeah.
You know, I eat the same shit all the time. Not because I don't know how to cook anything else or nothing. It's comfort,
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, I do some cooking here and there, got to with the family, but
for sure.
But nothing too crazy. I don't go outside of the ballpark on it.
I mean, so this is something that we've discussed a few times, is that there is something that is commendable about perfecting your own comfort food, right? It's the whole idea where you're like, it doesn't have to be fancy or some crazy type of thing, but it's just specifically is like, hey, this is something that reminds me of a good time, childhood, whatever it is, just tastes great and gives me all those happy feelings, but it is perfect,
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see. Brookie says hello. What are you guys doing? We are making ribs. We are waiting on our chef. Our chef is coming very soon. But yeah, it's so Alex, I actually used to be 500 pounds, over 500 pounds.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, I've lost 250 pounds, and now we're kind of it is great. I'm still fat, but I'm it's
less
a work in progress. Yeah, I'm an acceptable amount of fat. So if I sit beside people, no, they don't go, oh, gross. And so unlike Cole, if you sit beside Cole, they're just like, oh, it's horrible. It's the worst.
What up, guys?
What's up, Fatso?
I am dying. It is hot out here.
Oh, well,
what do you think about after losing the weight, walking by people that big?
Oh, there's nothing makes you hate fat people more than losing weight. I'll tell you that right now, because like I did it over the course of about 2, like I'm still actively losing. So right now, I'm not the lightest I've ever been, but I am the smallest because I've been working out regularly and everything. So now things are happening body wise. Brookie,
how tall are you?
About 6'2".
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So, the advantage I had was like I wasn't I wasn't jiggly fat. I was thunk fat. So
yeah, barrel chested.
Yeah, well, and that's why I'm like I didn't like I remember I used to volunteer and we called this. Oh, those ribs look good.
I smoked them for like 4 hours last night. I didn't want to overcook them.
That's fair. So yeah, it's one of those things where like I volunteered for a while, and one guy, we called him Man Boobs, and he wasn't even a fat guy, but he had man tits. So like if he ran up to you, he would stop running, but his tits would keep on going back and forth, and you're like, that's a horrible situation. Rookie says yesterday it was 105 degrees. You was melting out there. I mean, that's rough. I'm in Canada, so we still have it's warm up here, but it's an acceptable level of warm. It's not
So you're actually in Toronto?
Yeah, I am.
You from there? That's where you were born?
Yeah, well, I was born in Toronto, then grew up in the suburbs, and now I live back in Toronto. So this is the wild part is like so I actually just was in Cleveland a little short time ago. We did some comedy at where did we do comedy, Cole? Was the Fun House? No,
Funny Farm.
Funny Farm.
That was so much fun.
It was, you know what, it was a great because we really just talked about the hijinks that we've been going through while I was there on vacation. I went down with my wife left after about 2 days. She had to go to work, so in the end I was there by myself with Cole at his place, and it was absolutely ridiculous. I have questions. He's making ribs. That is what's happening right now. So yeah, when we were in Cleveland, we were basically just documenting all the food we were eating and just hanging out and doing some comedy because, well, it was funny. We had an opportunity and we tried to seize it as much as possible. So
now, do you like to cook? Being being that big, or did it just end up happening? Just over time, or?
Yeah. Well, this is the weird thing is that I've always been gigantic. Since puberty, like I'm the youngest of 5 kids, so I grew up just fighting dirty because there were 4 boys, which is 2 tag teams. So what we did was kick the shit out of each other, right? Like that's the science, right? So, but I grew up. My dad had a machine shop, so we built. We were moving steel, we were doing all sorts of stuff like that. So, at the end of the day, it was very stretch or starve, right? And my mom knows how to cook. Like she cooks to the point where I brought food. So she's about an hour away on the other side of Toronto.
Mm-hmm.
And I got food and brought it over here for some visitors from Hong Kong. And I fed them and they were like, holy shit, your mom knows how to cook. I'm like, I know. My mom fed us very well. And yeah. I'm
what's
Greek.
Canadian food? Oh, she cooked Greek food.
Yeah, I'm Greek.
Okay.
So it was Canadian food. That's not it's not it's that's not really cuisine, but yeah, Greek food, oh, that's a whole other ballgame. So yeah, we would eat that, and then our cooking hillbilly style today. We are, yeah. Cole is out in the bush with his communal barbecue. It's, you know what, for a communal barbecue, it is good. However, it is still a communal barbecue, and that's rough, right? Huh?
Why don't you fucking get on the grill then, huh? Why don't you suck my dick?
Right, don't let grills in Toronto.
Listen, don't threaten me with a good time.
For you right now.
Listen, sir. Don't make me come down there. I will literally drive up onto you
from across the border.
You couldn't, even if you tried. There was a couple times, Alex, where Cole tried to push me, and I just one-handed pushed him aside.
Happened. Okay,
it did, right in his own house. In his own house, like a bitch. I just pushed him over.
Quit lying. I have never tried to push Dino because Dino is one of like the 4 people I like.
That's fair.
What's the story on you two meeting? If you're from Toronto, you're from Queen, you guys just meet doing comedy or what?
Yeah. So we were we met through a group called Eargasm that was doing a lot of stuff during the pandemic, and then we kind of just crossed paths a few times, and essentially Cole's entire world exploded a few times, which it I find out later is it constantly does. It's just everything just explodes.
No, Dino loves to watch when our life falls apart. That's what it is. He's like, you're kind of funny. Let's hang out, and then and then my life will like taper down and get boring for a minute. He's like, you're not as funny.
It's that's factual.
Yeah, you need it.
yeah, you need it. It adds a little spice to my universe because it's boring in Canada. We got nothing. We don't get we only have criminals shooting criminals. We don't have randos just shooting people. Yeah. It's bullshit. So we met through a few other people, and then we started doing some shows together just because well, in all honesty, it's hard to find people you can actually gain a rapport with, right? And I had done some work with other people during the pandemic, just because, well, so what people don't realize is that Canadians aren't nice. We're polite. So we'll say sorry and thank you. And, we appreciate that. But we will also stab you in the neck because we're monsters, right? So I worked, like, I don't like going to comedy clubs just because producers have a tendency to want to get their ass kissed, and I'm like, oh, I don't kiss my wife's ass. I'm not kissing your ass. That's not
Yeah.
how I do things, right? I'm funny. If you want me to be funny, I will be funny on stage. No problem. I'm good for that. So it kind of, with the pandemic and everything kind of getting fried, I was like, all right, I'll just do this. So I had a computer built, and which is way more powerful than I needed to be. And so we just started doing this and started editing our own videos. And then Cole and I met. We started doing some stuff just because we were able to go back and forth, and he was actually able to stay with me the whole time, instead of where some people just kind of die down. And we've had guests like that where you ask them the question and they're like, I don't know. And you're like, you want to give it a try? They're like, no. You're like,
Yeah.
all right, we're just going to keep on talking then. No problem. So
It's all about the hang, dude. It's all about riffing. It's all about, that if you, when I was doing it, I did it for about 6 months to a year. The first time I actually did it was in Vegas.
oh yeah.
Yeah, I was out there with some buddies and always wanted to do it, and then signed up at the Wise Guys for an open mic.
Yeah.
Went out there and did it, and came back to Akron, did it for a while, and then girlfriend got pregnant and had a kid, and then nothing's funny after that, dude.
No.
Nothing's funny.
You need a period of time for it to become funny again, because it's like, oh no, I have to be responsible. That's a fucking nightmare.
I mean,
No.
and too, you guys know how much it takes to really do it.
Yeah.
I
absolutely.
mean, doing it 1-2 nights a week, that's really not going to get you nothing.
No.
Having a podcast definitely helps you get your shit out there and work on your bits and all that, but you gotta get on stage. It's the only fucking way. How long have you guys been doing it?
I started in 2017. In February of 2020, I actually headlined. I did my first headlining gig, got paid. I was doing 1 to 3 open mics a night. Probably about 6, sometimes even 7 days a week. Like, I was out every single night. Then the pandemic happened, and I was like, I have nothing to do. And then I just started doing this stuff. Like, I also occasionally build Lego, and which is wild.
That tism.
Yeah. Oh,
got that tism in you.
Heavy and deep, sir. Heavy and deep. And Debbie says, damn, that food looks great. It really does look quite good. And there was a video of his sauce here. Let's play the video again just so you guys can see it. We have a little.
So we got our homemade barbecue sauce going. Kind of slow cooked it all night. It's been like 20 hours, maybe like 16, somewhere around there. Probably closer to 18, I'd say. But yeah, that's for the ribs.
I'm going to hold on to that video to prove that Cole, while wearing a watch, cannot tell time. He's like, it was like 20 hours, possibly 16, maybe 18, right in the middle. That's a very, so, but yeah, so we've been doing this here and there. I've done it with various people, and it's almost always fun. Some people basically will lose their mind through the process, which I've never understood it, because I'm not sure, Alex, if you've experienced this. Is there are a lot of people who will just lie for no reason, and I'm very baffled by this. So I was actually raised very religious. I was raised a Jehovah's Witness. I'm no longer religious at all.
I got you.
But the thing, I've never been confused about that, like, where I'm like, I don't lie, because I'm like, that's a waste of a good solid sin that you, if wanted to, could use for murder. Why would I waste it? That seems ridiculous, right? And there are a lot of people who just lie about everything. Now, the craziest part is that Cole will tell stories that you're like, that can't be true. And they are true, because his sister will corroborate and tell you, and you're staying going like, the first time I was staying at his house, and he's like, oh yeah, that picture was a little after the first time I had to wrestle an alligator. I just turned to him and said, the fuck did you just say? He's like, oh yeah, my grandfather made me do it. And I'm like, that's not a thing. That's not, people don't
Raised
have
by
those
fucking
kinds of
wolves.
yeah, well, and then you start to hear more and more stories, and you're like, oh, your entire family is basically feral, and you're somehow human. It's very peculiar.
I'm immature.
No.
The other day,
They're smart people.
Huh?
Who were you raised by, Cole? Mom and dad?
No,
What's the mom and dad?
he was also kidnapped. If you didn't know that,
My guy thought was my dad, but it wasn't.
But yeah,
Yeah.
she doesn't have like.
who later got custody of him. It's very
Yeah.
peculiar. It's a very wild story.
Wow.
Never ends.
You got kidnapped?
Yeah,
How old were you when that happened?
sick.
Was the candy good?
No, he just said, you want to go to Florida? I was like, yeah, let's go.
Random
We're talking
guy
about
on the
the
road.
kidnapping story again.
No, it was
Always.
his mom's
I didn't bring it up.
How about I'll kidnap you and take you to Texas.
Okay, I'm about to get kidnapped again, guys.
who is with you that's going to kidnap your fat ass? That's not a thing. Do they have a forklift with them? Is that why? Is that?
It's gonna go like the first one. It's not gonna be against my will.
I mean, that's fine. Looks like he eats like a bird. Yeah. Are you already eating the food that you're supposed to be cooking there, sir?
Literally right there. Leave the apartment and it's there. I'm sorry, what?
Are you already eating the food?
No, I stuck my fingers in it and I tasted it.
Oh,
She
interesting.
said.
What'd you say?
He said that's what she said.
That's fair.
Oh God. So yeah. So Cole, tell us about what you've been cooking there, sir.
So, I got the ribs going. I'm probably about to brush them. I got your favorite grilled baked beans right on the grill, just in the can.
Beans.
Dino always objects to that.
I fart enough as it is. I don't need help.
Well, you
That's
just
just-
don't like that I cook it straight in the can.
Yeah,
And
because
then-
that's very, very ghetto. What
I
is
had
that?
some chopped bacon. Last night while I was smoking the ribs, I threw in some sweet potatoes. I left them upstairs in the refrigerator, so I gotta go grab them.
All right.
Yeah, I was thinking about having like a loaded sweet potato, like baked sweet potato, with this.
Hello, Victoria. Can you tell us about the sauce that you had for going for 20, possibly 16, maybe 18 hours?
Where is the sauce? Hold on. Where's the sauce?
See, and that's why this is exciting, Alex, because sauce just gets up and walks away. It is
Oh yeah, it's still on the stove.
wildly,
There it
it gets wilder if he's in his kitchen, because his kitchen is about the size of a thumb. And it's a lot. All right. Well, the sauce looks good.
This is my kitchen small.
That is true.
I haven't cooked on one of those grills since a
You don't fit
birthday
it. It
party
doesn't make
in
it small,
the
you
90s. That's
asshole.
crazy.
Yeah, that
All
is
that
that is-
rust and
it is. Yeah, it is.
tetanus.
Basically, Cole is celebrating the idea of not having health care by making sure he really needs it when he goes. It's, yeah.
I'm just gonna die. I don't give a shit. They're like, you need to go to the hospital. Nah.
Nah, I can't afford that. Just let me go. That's fine.
Like, you're having a heart attack. Cool. Finally, my time has come.
Alex, Cole is 30, possibly. He may age in dog
31.
years. I'm not sure. He says he's 31. He may be 20. I don't know. How old are you, sir?
Just that.
I'll be 30 in a couple weeks.
30 in a couple weeks. Awesome. So
Okay.
I'm
Seeing,
45.
bro.
I just found out a friend of mine had a stroke, and I was like, Jesus Christ! I've heard that from a few people. Like people are dropping like flies, and I'm just like, that's scary.
Yeah.
And
that.
Cole's like,
Shot.
I'm gonna make beans in the can on the thing. You're like, that's just not good. It's just not. I don't feel like you should weigh that up.
I'm unvaccinated. I'm cool. I'm good to go.
Oh yeah, you'll be all right then.
Yeah, but I told you should get the polio shot. You should get the tetanus shot. Like those aren't.
That's not the vaccine I was talking about.
I don't know. When it comes to your mom, it very well may be like that.
What was it like up in Canada when all that shit was going on? They
Wild.
locked you guys down like crazy.
Oh yeah. So the only advantage that we had was they were giving us $2,000 a month to stay at home, which I'm like, all right, no problem. Yeah, I'm good. You know.
I didn't get a fucking thing.
Yeah. No. And that was the crazy part was that it was so insane. Like you could drive. Like I remember driving around like the first 2 because they had this whole flatten the curve, and you're like, yeah, that's not how science works. That's not. You know.
Well, I mean, I have no fucking idea. I'm a fucking retard, but you know how any of that shit works. But it's common sense to a certain point. You know how they treated everything with that. Leave the old people at home. You know the kids are going to be all right, and just go about it. It's crazy. All these poor people that were scared into getting that shot.
Yeah. Well, I know a lot of people that were forced to get it for their employment, and you're like, and a lot of people are going to court about it, which I defend that right to the end of time because hilariously we don't have a president, we have a prime minister, and our prime minister who was a
yeah, what happened to the peer dude, man? He was cool.
Oh, so this was the crazy part is he was doing great. And then in 3 months, it all went to shit. And it was like, what the fuck just happened? And,
yeah, I didn't follow it too closely because, not my fucking country. But, would just see him and talk. And it's like, man, seems like somebody, just common sense. That's all.
See, and this was the wild thing was that glad Castro Jr. is gone. Oh, that's so our last prime minister was Justin Trudeau, and he was probably the worst human being in existence at the time. I think like he was, and then it turns out that he may be his mom may have banged Fidel Castro, and you're like, you see pictures and you kind of go. Ooh, someone's got some splaining to do.
Yeah, I was talking about some splaining to do. What about the French dude? Macron. Like
the wild part is you look at his like 1,000-year-old wife who kind of looks like Mum-Ra the ever living. Like she looks like she should be in a cartoon.
I mean,
and then she's got these man hands, and you're just like, why? I don't know what's happening, but I'm very confused. That's for sure.
See him fucking slap his ass.
Which, you know what? There is nothing more insulting than being slapped in the face, and that is why when men would slap each other in the face, they would proceed to fight. That's
there is something more embarrassing than being slapped in the face. Being slapped in the face in front of 1,000 fucking cameras.
Fair point. Yeah, that's.
I've been slapped in the face before, but I've never fucking had it posterized. And the way he looked at the camera after, it's just like, oh yeah, dude, you're not doing yourself any favors.
No,
you need to get the fuck out of there and just, flee the country at this point.
Like I kind of wish he fell down and like
exaggerated. My dad hit me in the face on camera. I'm outing him as man.
He could.
I mean.
All right, listen here, Dad. That's it. We're fucking fighting now.
Yeah. Sorry.
And not only that, just if that is your wife hitting you, I mean, that's just you shouldn't hit anybody, and then you're hitting the fucking president. That's insanity.
Well, okay, so let's be honest. As a woman smacks a man, it's meant to insult not only him, his pride, how he looks amongst his peers, all these things. As the president, your job is to, I'm a leader, right? And getting smacked by your wife like that, you're like, bro, you don't lean nothing. Like,
should have released Flintstatter.
Shit. you still have to ask to go to the bathroom, my friend. Like you got nothing, you know?
No, it's incredible. I mean,
When I first like, you'll never be my family.
that it's just,
You'll never.
it's awesome. Kind of.
It's kind of like this is the
I
problem.
mean,
is
no one
that
likes to see that happen because everybody thinks like everything is like fucking grandiose and like there's like people in trench coats with fucking black hats and like it's like no, dude, it's fucking the people at the call. They look just it's completely normal.
Yeah,
it's right in front of your face all the fucking time.
Oh yeah, it's a crazy thing.
My family did not, and they all.
It's a wild thing, and that's why like I probably about 2 years ago I just stopped watching the news. I'm like, yeah, I just can't be interested in this. So just because it's gotten so like I like my news like it was in the 80s and 90s. I'm like, I need an old, clean cut, large vocabulary having white man who is on his last few years just telling me information in a boring tone. I don't want to hear
King.
No opinion. Yeah, just this is what happened. This is what happened. This is the results, and done. You know?
Yeah, it's all opinionated now. It's all fucking. It's not the news. I don't mind the news. I mean, I'll watch it every once in a while just to keep up on just because what they're saying, the events are true.
Yeah.
It's good to know that. But as far as you just can't take it fucking serious. These people will look at the streets. They'll go and riot in the streets, and whether we only see half of that because it's all on social media. It could be fucking AI, and we'd have no idea.
We're in the streets.
Well, that's the crazy part is when you have somebody telling you that like everyone is peaceful and behind her is a car that's on fire. You're like, I don't think you know what peaceful means, my friend. I feel like I'm not saying everyone is a violent murderer, but let's not mince words and be like, oh, it's peaceful. It's peaceful. That car lit on fire accidentally. Had nothing to do with anyone.
I get that because sometimes people are like, oh, this is fighting words. And I'm like, really? That was... They didn't even say anything.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, I mean, it's all... I mean, I'm all for the protest. That's what their rights are for. It's what the Constitution's for. It's what,
Yeah, can we be honest though? Protesting is bullshit. Like you shouldn't. Protesting is stupid. Just burn some shit down. Burn some shit down.
Well, it's like what fuck, I forget who said it. It's supposed to be like a ploy to the police and the people in power to be like, oh, poor me. It's not supposed to be let's fucking go head to head because who are you going head to head with? Police officers and fucking SWAT gear and shit. You're in a t-shirt, you got a trash can wrapped around your fucking waist. Like get real. Like you can't. It's meant for the police and the society to feel bad for you.
Yeah.
To inflict change. It's not meant to be a social fucking uprising.
Yeah.
And then they're like, well, it is peaceful. Well, as soon as it turns not peaceful, it's not a protest anymore.
No, it's a revolution.
Right.
Yeah. Revolution, a riot, whatever you want to call it, but and why is every protest they gotta fucking break into fucking stores?
Well, that's the other thing where you're going, if you're looting, you're not protesting. That's not you're right. Yeah, mostly peaceful. Why, William? Yeah, it's mostly peaceful. What's the big deal? No, it's
California wildfires. Those people are losing everything they fucking have, and people just have the eat the rich mentality of good. Let them lose it.
Yeah.
Like, know
definitely.
What that's gonna do?
Well, then on top of everything, you find out that you're like, 95% of forest fires are arson based. It's a person's own. Only 5% you're going, okay, so you guys have been forcing it down our throats that it's like, it's climate change. This is what's causing the fires. And you're like, well, no, 95% of the fires are caused by people. So what the fuck's happening? Right.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Baked potatoes.
Baked potatoes. Wonderful. Who's out there? Is it your sister with you out there?
Yeah, and somebody else.
Oh, really? Is that what? You dirty slut. You know what? We have this show and you have two women in the background chit-chatting the entire time. just ruining the audio for the whole show. And then you're like, oh yeah, I might have somebody touch my wiener later. It's not gonna be me. You know?
Shut the fuck up. Every time you say something, I get fucking yelled at.
Good. There you go. You're welcome.
Every time.
You should have invited her. You should have invited her at 9:30.
I'm gonna tell the.
That's what you get. Your internet sucks now. Okay, how about them apples? So last time I made fun of a girl, and that blew up in his face. It was quite funny. And I was like, "I'm sorry." This is the advantage of being. Well, I told him that I was going to become friends with this girl he was talking to, so that she.
It's her.
Oh, is it her?
Yes.
You fucking loser!
Fucking loser.
I'm about a 5-minute walk away from where she is. You better shut the fuck up.
Dude, your ribs are
I'm
gonna
gonna
be
tell
gone,
Victoria
bro.
about the second strip club.
There was no second strip club, sir.
That's not what she's gonna hear.
Doesn't matter.
Your story, dude. Tell her how you want.
That's absolutely ridiculous. Oh, why don't you bring her on camera? We'll interview both. Come on.
No.
We can.
No.
Hey, okay, but she's gonna have to review your ribs.
She doesn't have to do that.
Yes, she does.
No.
Hey! You brought her in the vicinity. We need a third party to judge. That's just how it is. Sorry.
I'll end this show right here. Don't fuck with me.
Why? You don't do you not think that she'll support you in your?
No, I don't. I don't think that at all. She's looking at me right now.
She gonna say your ribs taste like shit. It'll be funny. It'll be really funny.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, there you go. Victoria, I heard you. LOL. Yeah. See, what is she gonna do? Nothing. You know why? Too bad. What are you gonna do? Cry about it? Get out of here.
I might.
And I'll record it and then I'll post it. Exactly like your weirdo math where you're like, it's been going for 20 hours, possibly
right.
16, maybe
I got
18.
the baked potatoes.
And now
Crisis
it's a
averted.
Oh, it's a crisis. Can I ask you a question? So you had two women there who weren't cooking, but you had to go upstairs and get the baked potatoes. Is that correct?
Yes.
What's up with that?
Because I wanted to walk away for a minute.
Oh, is that why? Okay. Well, good to know. That's important. Are you still drinking the beers that I made you buy when I was there?
What?
Are you still drinking the beers that I made you buy when I was there?
Those were gone like the next day, bro. Get the fuck out of here.
So when I was down, Alec, I made him buy. I bought a shit ton of booze,
Heineken,
and then we drank it all. Yeah, and then he got mad because I made him buy it. Because, well, not that I made him buy it, but it was in the cart. And the two guys, like the store was ready to close, and they were not looking in the cart. And I was like, "Hey, we have a case of beer here too." And he just looked at me. He's like, "Why would you say something?" I'm like, "Well, you don't want to steal it. That's stupid." And he was just like, "I do want to steal it." I'm like, "Oh, sorry, I didn't."
I was legit. I really wanted to steal it too.
I understand.
Yeah. I've been
It's
with
like
people like that, and not
$30
like I haven't stolen something from a little pop
Sure.
store or something, but dude, the feeling I could not imagine getting fucking caught. Stopped at that fucking door,
Can you imagine?
and they're like, dude, yeah, well, you got to go back in this office, and fuck that.
Yeah,
And then you know you
live in
have money in
Cleveland?
your pocket.
Yeah.
Am I from
Alex.
Cleveland?
Do you live in Cleveland?
No, I'm in Akron.
Oh shit. Well, yeah. We'll hang out, and I'll steal all the time with you.
Here you go. I got your back, dude. I'll fucking scapegoat you, but I
You
won't.
don't need to have my back. I'm really good at it.
Those ribs have never seen a cash register. Okay.
That's a self checkout special.
Yeah, that's a it was actually a greeting card. But that's
It was a greeting card.
Yeah. Somebody told me that the other day. They're like, "Oh yeah, why do you pay for greeting cards?" I'm like, "What do you mean?" They're like, "Just take it to self checkout. It doesn't register. It's too late." And I was like, "Oh shit!" And I'm like, "Oh, that's not a good thing to know." That's yeah. I don't know.
That is crazy though. How technology phased all that shit out of it. You know, you go to all these stores, everything's self checkout now. And then if
Oh,
you go to register, it's like it's a
They're telling
problem
you-
that they have to fucking ring you out.
It's and,
Oh, they
and
love
have
that.
you ever so
I'm not. I wasn't
the-
listening. I was
a
talking
few of my
to your
grocery
boyfriend.
stores have self checkouts, and a few of them don't. The
I
ones
only
that
need to say
don't,
this 5 times. You're like,
you have a little conversation. It's nice. It's friendly. It's good.
one more, and then I got my
Whereas the
husband.
ones with self checkouts,
yeah.
like if you, I will personally
you
not.
gotta give
I don't
me
like
that.
going to self checkouts.
Yeah.
I'm like, nope. I'm paying extra, and I'm employing a person for doing this. But when I go to the line, they're like, oh, you can use self checkout. I'm like, yeah, but I want to be here. I just don't want to use it.
Yeah, it's like when you go to McDonald's and you pull up to the window and they're like, "Go ahead." That's all they. They. It's not, "Hey, how you doing?" It's like, what the
Yeah.
fuck are you guys doing?
I make a point of whenever I pull up to a
Oh, like that
drive-through,
one
I
that-
say, "Oh, how are you today?" Just
Oh, they don't even care, dude. They don't give a fuck
What did
around
they
here.
talk
I-
about?
Toronto's
I-
probably different. Like you said, you're
Yeah.
nice, not or polite and not nice, or whatever you said. But
Mhm.
nah, dude.
Yeah. Well, this is something that Cole
what
has
works for
done
us.
actively.
There's
Is
character stuff.
he'll
That's
try
the
and
stuff
he'll
for-
say things like, "I
Fine,
appreciate you" to people, especially in the service industry, and their whole attitude
Oh.
changes, and I fucking hate it. I hate it because it works every time. It's kind of like bribery. There's a reason bribery is illegal because it works every fucking time,
Yeah.
right? So in turn, Cole will say, "Oh, I appreciate you," and they're like, "Oh, thank you," and you're like,
I need to do Will have
Just
it.
like
There's some people though, man, that they're good at getting, they're good at going to a concert or going to a show or going somewhere, just getting something for free.
"Oh yeah,
There's some people that don't mind doing that.
It's
I
wild."
work with the guy and moving furniture, and every time we go in the house, they'd be cooking. Man, a plate sure would be good, and they cooking them food, opening beers, and some people just have that. Some
Yeah.
people just
Yeah.
have that kind of charisma.
Yeah.
And they can get shit out of people, dude.
Hey guys, y'all hear that? The U.S. has bombed Iran.
As soon as I walked in, we heard
Yeah, I
Uh,
saw that.
By the U.S., do you mean Israel or actually the U.S. bombed Iran?
The
I think it
U.S.
was us.
That's much worse.
Yeah, they said I was looking it up right before it started. Some hundreds dead. It was 3 nuclear sites.
Nuclears? Oh, Jesus Christ.
How do you know that they have?
Yeah, dude, it's so fucking crazy, dude. That's
Welcome
what's
aboard.
what's
Hey,
wrong
Alex,
with the news.
you're not. You're with us. You're not gonna get drafted. You're old.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
not getting
that's-
drafted.
I
Not getting
oh,
drafted.
so
The
Alex,
cool
just so
thing
you
about being
understand,
30.
being Greek, in Greece there's a draft, right? So they've been sending me letters for the last 15 years that they're like, "Hey, you need to come," and I'm like, "Nah."
Oh,
I'm
and
like,
there's no age limit. They'll take you right now.
well, this is the funny
They'll whip
thing
you
is
into
that
shape and fucking
I-
put you
well, I've-
over there.
this is the crazy part is like when I go to Greece, people will talk to me in English. I will in turn talk to them back in Greek. And they're like, "How do you know Greek?" I'm like, "I am Greek." They're like, "They don't make Greeks your size. That's not a thing." And I'm like, I'm still Greek. I don't know what you want me to say, but and that was when I was 500 pounds too.
Oh, I got you.
So, but yeah,
Yeah, they're Mediterranean people. They're mostly thin. Yeah,
tiny, thin people. But I'll tell you, nothing builds a body like farm work. That's just scientific fact. I'll tell you. So
Lighten them up underneath.
yeah, even now, people, even when I would travel to the UK, they'd be like, "Oh, where are you from in the States?" I'm like, "I'm actually Canadian." They're like, "Get the fuck out." I'm like, "Is it because I'm fat?" They're like, "You're the fattest person I've ever met in person." I'm like, "Okay, thank you for letting me know. That's good."
they just assume you're from the States.
Yeah. Well,
That's so
I used to do a
fucking-
joke. I used to do a joke saying that I'm USA petite, and that was at 500 pounds. And people were like, "That's accurate. That's
Oh yeah.
USA petite." Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. Look up a fucking picture of a beach in the 70s or the 80s.
Yeah.
There's
Beautiful.
not one. There's not one fatty on the fucking beach.
Nope.
And it was. You know why? Because you went to school and there was a fitness test you had to do, and
Yeah.
it's.
It's
Do you have kids?
No, I don't. I
No.
don't.
Yeah. Yeah,
But-
it's weird, thinking about
These men are so soft.
sending them into the school
They are
system
soft. That's why we
and
don't
everything that they
That's
allow,
why we
and
need one.
Yeah.
everything that they try and push. It's difficult, dude.
It is, and that's one of the things. Like I remember growing up, there was like we had like a whole jungle gym system in our gymnasium, but it would only get pulled out like once every few weeks. And you're like, oh, that was a goddamn death trap.
Oh.
But everybody fucking loved it. You're like, yeah, that was the, like, look, the whole
it
idea
wasn't maintained.
Oh, no, not at all. But like the like we would have slides in our playgrounds that were solid steel. And you're like, yeah, in the summertime, you had to try and get down fast enough so it wouldn't light your legs on fire. Basically, like that was the whole. I'm like, yeah, but you had to you still tried these things, and it made you harder, it made you tougher.
Yeah.
But now everyone is fat. It's ridiculous. I started losing weight, and everyone's like, oh, body positivity. I'm like, you bunch of goddamn traitors, the whole fucking lot of you.
Yeah. As soon as I started losing weight, now it's about body positivity.
Oh yeah, it's quite infuriating. Even now, for me, I've lost 250 pounds.
Healthy.
Yeah. Oh, people are like, I lost 250 pounds and I'm still fat. I'm like, I don't know what to do. It's very.
If you want to be fat or you want to be bigger, sure, go ahead. But you can't sit here and say it's good for you. I'm smoking a cigarette. It's not good for. I like smoking.
Yeah.
I can't sit here and say, yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. It's good. I mean, that's fucking crazy.
That's the hilarious part about it all. I find is that you try and explain to people. You're like, yeah, I'm not. Like I've never been unhealthy, and as soon as I was unhealthy, I made changes. Like that was it, right? But it came down to that. Oh well, if it's damaging me, then I have to change something, and I changed it. Other people are like, oh, is it killing me? Yeah, I don't care, and you're like, that's not the right move. That's
Yeah, it's almost like the thing. The psycho doesn't know he's a psycho.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
If you have an inkling, it's probably reversible, or you can figure it out. If you just walk around thinking there's nothing fucking wrong, you're drinking all the time, or you're doing what all the time, or I mean, there's a ton of different things, and you can just fucking.
Sorry, Cole. I didn't know if you were done with your conversation or not because we couldn't hear all the details, so I thought I'd mute you.
Talk about Nazis in World War III.
I mean, you may be, but
I'm sorry, I don't have people over often.
That's fine, but I need them to be on camera so I can hear them. Otherwise, it's not good TV.
3 guests at my apartment,
Listen.
Then Clay kept saying, I know you're watching my.
It's a serious problem with this guy.
I told him never to contact me again, and I don't I stand on business. And had you blocked.
I can't even hear them in the background. It's ridiculous. I'm muting you again, Cole. That's all right. Yeah, we try not to mute everyone, but it's like if the audio is poor, it kind of ruins our viewers and everything like that. So at some point we just have to make that change. But yeah, no, it's one of those things where a lot of times, like even like I'll tell you this was I had diabetes. I was diagnosed in 2018, maybe 2018, like January 2019, somewhere around there. And they immediately, when that happens, they set you up in a course and you go to a place and they give you all this information. They give you a bunch of free gear, all sorts of stuff. And the advice you give you is the worst possible advice for a diabetic. Like they're like, oh, you should now have a whole bunch of small meals. You're like, no. So diabetes is the result of insulin resistance, right? So similarly to alcohol or drugs, the more you take, the more it takes to get you feeling the way you want to feel. So in that same fashion, with regards to diabetes, what happens is that what you have to do is you have to build up that tolerance again. Am I bringing you back, Cole? Are you ready to talk? Yes. All right. So in turn, there's hi Angie, welcome.
Well, I just
in turn, what happens is if you start eating in smaller windows and like once a day, you start to build the insulin tolerance up again. And for me, it took me about up until last October, and I am officially no longer diabetic, right? Which for me is a huge fucking deal, right? Because during the pandemic, I was like, because I normally get 90 days of pills.
Hey, are they cops?
And then all of a sudden, Jesus Christ, it's so fucking okay. So normally I would get 90 days of pills, and during the pandemic, they're like, "Oh, we can only give you 30 days of pills." And I'm like, "But I still need 90 days." They're like, "Yeah, but you have to come back just in case there's a shortage." And I'm like, "Oh, so okay." So now I'm kind of, oh, thank you, Angie. I appreciate you. Yeah. So now my next one is I take a low dose for cholesterol. That I'm working on getting rid of that, and once I get rid of that, the next one is a thyroid pill. But the thyroid pill is a little bit weird because having been fat for so long and still being fat is that I need to get like lean before everything starts fixing. So it's a slow process, but it's working.
What was it, type 1 or type 2 diabetes?
Type 2. Type 1,
You had-
type 1, your body is fucked and it does not work. Right? So type 2, you gain it over a period of time, and then you take pills. If you don't take your pills properly and you don't try and change your habits, you end up getting you have to take injections of insulin. And once you start taking injections, my understanding is you can't go back. Like, you're done. Essentially, you've killed your pancreas and it no longer works, period. Whereas when you're taking pills, it just needs help. And like, so I went through it. As I started making improvements with my diet and my eating habits, I was able to lower my dosages, change medicines to a lower dosage medicine. And then the last one was in October. He's like, okay, so
wow,
we did it. We did the test. Everything's fine. Let's try 3 months with no pills. See what happens. I did. And he's like, you do not have diabetes anymore. That's it. Because the numbers are, it's interesting is so that in Canada and the States, your glucose can be up to 6 on the little meters. Whereas outside of Canada and the United States, it has to be below 5.5. So mine was actually 5.2 or something like that. So it's like, you're good. That's it. You are officially non-diabetic. And I'm like, okay, so that's 1 pill down, and now I have 2 more to go.
I never knew it was reversible like that. I thought it was something once you have it, it was
so type 1 is you're fucked.
Yeah.
But type 2, it's 100% reversal. And you know what the wild part is, Alex, is that they do not tell you that. They don't know. Like, when I went for my little meeting, they literally gave me a shit ton of advice, a shit ton of gear, which I never fucking use. Like, you're supposed to check your glucose every day, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm like, I want to. And whether it was stubbornness or anything, I'm like, no, I need to make changes and actually get things fixed. Angie says, hold on. When did Cole get a higher privilege? He has a guest at home, and I'll explain to you later, Victoria. Apparently they love talking behind the camera, not to the camera. That's fine. I take pills and 2 different injections now. Oh my God. That's horrible, Angie. But I've lost a shit ton of weight. My glucose has been at normal levels. Feeling that's weird. See, when I found out that I had diabetes, my sugar was at 23. And I was like, hey, can that be affecting my mood? They're like, yeah, a lot. Like, and you're like, oh, what about other things? They're like, oh, no, it probably is affecting everything right now. I'm like, oh, yeah, that's not what I want. So
sugar is huge.
It's,
I mean, you see those things. You remember being in school, they'd have that shit on the bulletin board. It'd be a Pepsi can with 40 grams of sugar in it, and then a Gatorade with all that sugar in it. It's like, I work construction. I'm at the gas station every morning getting shit, and I see these moms or dads come in with their kids, taking them to school, and they're getting fucking Cheetos and fucking Mountain Dew Code Red. It's like, you're about to send them to school.
Yeah.
You're gonna send them, and then the teachers are gonna be like, yeah, and then no shit, they get put on fucking Adderall. You know what I'm saying? That's fucking insane when you load them up on donuts and make them go think they're gonna sit still for 8 hours.
Yeah. This is the crazy part is you're going like people villainize certain foods, and you're like, no, there's one food that you should villainize. It's sugar. It's nothing else. You're like, look, alcohol is poison. Okay, that's fine. But sugar is actively trying to kill you. And like we did this experiment at our house because you're right. So like a can or a bottle of Coke has like I think is 40 3 or 44 grams of sugar, which is basically about 40% of the bottle is just sugar. That's which you're like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So my wife liked the Pure Life iced tea. And so I would get it for her. And then I was like, hey, why don't you check the sugar? She's like, it can't be more than Coke. She turns around and it was 56 grams, which you're going, holy shit. You're like, that's not a little bit. You're like, it's tea. It shouldn't have that much. Like, it should have maybe a little bit. Maybe
and
some
who's
honey.
having one?
Right?
Who's having fucking one can of Coke or one iced tea throughout the day?
Yeah.
I mean, you have 2 or 3 or 4. I mean, it's and then, you know, of course that shit affects your mood. It affects everything.
It does.
Disease.
Well, there's a lot of weird things that people are saying that they're like sugar is actually causes things like dementia and Parkinson's and MS, and you're kind of going,
yeah.
Well, like the availability or abundance of sugar that exists right now has never existed in the past, right? So, but also you have all of these diseases are happening, and you're kind of going, I mean, I'm not saying it's a causation, but it definitely has some sort of correlation.
Well, there was something. I didn't mean to cut you off. My bad.
No, go ahead.
There was something I was seeing. You know, there's the Instagram doctor, fucking Gary Brecka. He was saying, you know, dementia and Alzheimer's and all that stuff. He's like, what it really is type 3 diabetes.
Yeah.
And he was, and you know, I don't know all the fucking specifics, dude. Like I said, American, but I'm like, it fucking makes sense though.
Yeah.
A country that has been, I mean, dude, I say it all the time, since the early 60s, you know, with the CIA and all that, these government agencies, they've just been ripping, dude.
Oh yeah.
They've been killing presidents, killing fucking civil, you know, anybody they can, gets in their way, overruling governments. And now, 70 years later, what's going on? You know, now it's all this shit comes to fruition. And wow, we had a country that we used to eat real food every day. And, you know, two generations ago, one generation for you.
Yeah.
You guys still know how to can fucking food.
So
and grow your own food.
The new thing I've seen is people who will can or bottle ground beef, like cooked ground beef, and they're like, it lasts, it preserves, and you're like, that's
nuts.
I've never even heard of that from fucking old people.
Yeah.
And you're like,
I've seen people do it too.
Yeah, and this is and you know what, Angie, she said, I believe the food industry and Big Pharma are in bed together. It's not even that, it's more so that apparently big tobacco got involved in production of and the refinement of food. And that's the processing of food is what makes it shitty, because they remove all the good stuff. It's the same thing with like Dasani bottled water. You're like, I'll rather eat piss or drink piss than Dasani. Why? Because it's not water. And they're like, oh, it's demineralized and then remineralized. So in other words, you're taking out all the good stuff in water, and then you're just putting back what you think is appropriate. You're like, how about you go fuck yourself? Okay. Because like realistically, either you're gonna put cocaine back in the Coke, or you can just eat shit and die. I'm sorry. It's not okay.
Well, there's gotta come a point, you know, like progress almost has to stop at some point. We're gonna innovate ourselves to fucking, like with AI.
Oh,
with how this is, I mean, dude, we're gonna innovate ourselves into oblivion. We're gonna just delete ourselves from the whole equation.
The worst part is that we've created AI and people are like, we'll use AI to make art. You're like, no, fuckface. You get AI to do the bullshit jobs, so the rest of us can just make art, you dick. Like,
yeah.
All right, let's
and then even like you hear about the crazy thing about like I've read about art, like it's like a huge money laundering thing.
Oh yeah.
Art can be appraised at anything.
Absolutely.
You could put some on a canvas and have some guy that you know from a guy, and he appraises it for 10 million.
Yep. That's 10 million.
You buy it, you insure it. Now you got $10 million in fucking assets. I mean, it's fucking, you know, that shit's nuts.
It's alarming at how many galleries get rated on an annual basis. And you're going, yeah, it's a scam. You're like, you're going, because there's beautiful art, but like art like beauty, is in the eye of the beholder, and you're like, someone will always pay, but it's what are they willing to pay? And we've all seen people who are like, oh, this is a $2 million art piece. You're like, okay, no one bought it. There was remember a few years ago, there was the guy who taped a banana to a canvas and it sold for some ridiculous price. You're like, hey, whoever bought that, you don't deserve money or happiness. You don't.
I think those people that like vandalize the art, like the animal rights people, or like the fucking,
it's hilarious.
They go throw like tar on a Picasso. It's like that's so fucking ignorant.
It's so
it's insane, to think that. I mean, sure, give all the animals all the rights they want, whatever, but let them do whatever. But
oh, definitely.
Just so entitled and so like poor me and sad boy. It's like I'm gonna go ruin this thing that people like to look at.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
a lot of those galleries, a lot of them are probably fakes in there too.
Oh yeah.
Who's gonna put that shit up on the wall and just trust that these fucking animals aren't gonna fuck it up?
Well, that's the weird part, is that you have people who are protesting. Like I love, there's a few TikTokers who will go up to people protesting and they're like, so you're saying we should bring more immigrants? Yes. Okay. How many immigrants do you want in your home? And they're like, oh, I don't have room. They're like, then what are you protesting for?
Yeah.
Like,
even those, yeah.
It
doesn't fucking register to them.
No, and they're like, well, I don't want to do it. You're like, okay, but then who do you want to do it? Well, you should do it. I'm like, why would I do it? If you're the one fighting for it, but aren't willing to do it, something doesn't make sense here, right?
Yeah.
That doesn't jive. Victoria says art is all about supply, demand, and hype. Oh, and but that's the thing, is like we have the entire music industry that you have god awful people who are like, I'm famous. You're like, you're a crazy person. I don't think that this works. But then you have people who started off on YouTube, became crazy famous. There's the guy right now whose wife is like, I want 60% of all your money you'll ever make. It's like, what the fuck are you on about?
No,
we were both poor, and yeah. It's very weird.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I mean it's I want to get married, and to my girl and do that, and I don't have a problem with it. I don't fucking have anything.
Sure.
But some of these people, like that comic Gary Owen talking about, served in fucking he
having
avoided
to run
it.
Yeah.
His wife filed in California, and that's for life.
Yeah.
What the fuck are we talking about for life?
It's the wildest thing where he was like, I had to constantly be on the run, otherwise she would get me, and if it happened in LA, I'm fucked. Like they're just ruin your life, and you're going, okay, well maybe that should be investigated. And like we've done a few shows about child support and Cole's existence on being a single dad, and how that all rolls out. But ultimately, the hard part is that it's a losing battle, and worse off, you're like, oh, they can take your passport, they can take your driver's license. You're going, well, how is this actually helping anything, right? And then you're like, oh, it's just a good scam. Hello, Cole, welcome back.
Yeah, you
what?
too.
I
got detained at the border, dude.
Cool. Why would you go to the border?
I mean, there you go.
There's an entire lake right there to cross it.
That's that's called an invasion, sir. Listen, I'll sink you before you finish that crossing that lake.
Well, that's funny because I'm coming to you.
Oh, I'd love to see you try. That's fine. You don't even have my
but this was Constantine Blitz's whole operation.
Hey, I'll tell you right now, the funny thing was that being in Cleveland, I was like, man, it's so easy driving here. Like there's not much traffic or anything. He's like, no, sometimes there's traffic. There's no traffic. As soon as I crossed into Canada, within 40 minutes, I was in stop and go traffic for another 3.5 hours. Like just, and that was like literally I had to cross all of Toronto during rush hour for the evening. And I'm just like, yeah, this is a fucking nightmare.
Okay, but like to be fair, why would you be where all the other people are? That's
the only way to go. That's the problem.
Fuck that.
Anyways, we are at 59 minutes and 26 seconds, sir. How are these ribs going? What are we doing here? Are we gonna have some taste tests?
That whole time I was there, you were messaging me. You're blowing my shit up. You were like Drake. We're like,
Did someone
Hot
just
Lady Green.
say that Cole is like Drake? Because that's
You were
alarming.
like, which dude you with tonight? Which island you on?
Speaking of Drake, you guys see that Travis Scott documentary?
You can hear me? I didn't know that.
No, tell me
on
please.
Netflix.
Is
It's
that why you
about
just hit me up every night?
that
Yeah,
concert, Astro World, all those people getting crushed.
you were like,
Oh
send me
God.
a picture so I know
And,
you're alone right now. Every night.
You know,
Travis
basically they
said.
just bring all these safety guys in. They're like, yeah, dude, it's fucked from the beginning. Like the venue only had room for like 30,000. They sold 50,000 tickets. Like it was fucked. And I was just watching it the other day, and I was just thinking, I was like, obviously that's just the most horrible shit in the fucking world.
Yes.
You know, you're at a concert, and you know, it's hard to believe a guy that comes out with a upside down cross and all this demonic shit. Like it's hard to like lean into that and be like, oh yeah, I care so much about fucking, this hurts my heart so fucking bad. And then think about these people getting crushed. There's fireworks going off, and all of a sudden Drake comes out. He's singing fucking, whatever, fuck for free. And you're just fucking dying. It's literal hell.
Yeah.
It was literal hell. And, kind of nothing ever came about it. Like the courts said that Live Nation got away with it. And it was just kind of crazy.
Yeah. Well, this is like my wife and I, we've been going to a few concerts here and there. Nothing too extravagant, but like when there are big crowds, I get very nervous because I'm like, I'm big, but a crowd, essentially people can die and no one will even know. Right.
Oh yeah.
And my wife is small. So I'm like, stay close to me. And I'm like, you have to be able to avoid people. Like I'll fight somebody. I don't care. But 50 people, I can't fight 50 people. That's not, you're just going to get hurt. Right.
Well, that's what they said. Like the corrals they entered from the left. So everybody just got funneled to the right side of it.
Yeah.
And then it eventually filled up and people were jumping over barricades because they weren't getting there was no room. Everyone was squeezing there so fucking tight. And the way the crowd moved was the way you were moving. If you fell, nobody was stopping. The concert was still going on.
Jesus.
I mean, it's crazy.
It's very crazy. Now, Alex, before we wrap up and get a taste test of these ribs, may I ask if you want to plug anything, any of your social media, please feel free to do so now.
I don't really have a comedy page. I should fucking make one. I'll stop being a pussy one day and get back doing it.
It's the best part about being a dad. You have no choice.
Yeah, dude, right? Yeah, you can follow me on Instagram at _throne19. I'll post some stuff here in a little bit about some comedy, and then other than that, man, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Oh no, it's our pleasure. Let me check in with Cole and see how this is going. Hey, Mr. Drake, are we getting a taste test or what's going on?
Getting there, yeah.
Getting there?
Yeah.
Jesus. What kind of shenanigans are you pulling here, sir? We got to go.
All right.
Is it done yet or no?
The ribs are.
All right, so let's get a taste test.
I'll just wait till later. I'll bother later.
All right. We have more heart than money. Stay focused. Alex King, I got you. I just added you on Instagram. Perfect.
All right, man.
No, that's excellent. All right, Cole.
Need help?
Tell me how these ribs are going to taste, sir.
Yeah, that was a gay bio I fucking put on when I was like.
Hey, man, there always are. It doesn't. Yeah. Everyone's like, this is going to be perfect. Then 6 days later, you're like, I fucked up.
This is going to fucking crush, dude.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We all think that. And then crickets. And you're like, damn, I'm a loser. That's fine. Yeah. No, been there many a time.
That's the best part about it, though, dude. The highs and lows with it, man. Some people can't rock. Some people obviously.
Yeah.
They get mad about traffic, but you kind of get into a groove with that stuff. There's nothing more fun than getting on stage and fucking around.
Super good.
All right. Can we get a review from someone else at the table?
Why?
Why are you such a bitch?
Liberty, you have to review because I'm just here to get blowjobs. So I can't eat anything.
Oh, well, hey. Trust the science, everyone. Trust the science. Cole says his food is good. Who knows what's happening? Are we getting a review from anyone else or no?
It's delicious.
It's delicious. Don't trust her. She might be lying. Definitely a witch. That's fair. That's okay. All right, everyone. This has been Hammered and Cheese. Have a wonderful rest of your day. I am Dino the Genetic Marvel. That's Cole Clayton. And below is Alex King. Follow him on Instagram and have a wonderful rest of your evening. In the meantime, make some ribs.